Everyone keeps saying that you should increase your ambitions for AI models because the recent AI models can do literally everything you throw at them. So you have to increase your ambition in order to make sure that you're pushing the limits. That made me think, what are some things that I could make these AI models do that previously they couldn't? And I have an idea, and I'm not really sure if it's ambitious or not, but I am willing to give it a try. A few days ago, I saw somebody using Codex to completely control Blender, and it was giving insane speed. I'm wondering if I could do something similar like that and create a model of my room and maybe then also embed it on my website and have it like a playable game where somebody can ask me questions, something like that. Not sure how this is gonna entirely work out, but we'll see. And this is the first time of me trying this out. So I have used Blender MCP before, but I'm gonna use computer use for this one. And I'm not sure about the results either. So let's dive in. Alright, so I have a Codex tab open and then I have Blender open. But keep in mind that I have absolutely zero experience with Blender. So I do not know how to use Blender and I will find myself lost if I just press something and it messed up. I know basics, so like I could just change the location and stuff because that's basic Figma stuff, I guess. But other than that, I am not sure about anything and I would rather not touch this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and ask Codex. I'm gonna quickly say, hey Codex, I have already have Blender open and I actually wanna go ahead and want you to use computer use to go ahead and build me a visual representation of my house, sorry, a visual representation of my room where I have a monitor, I have a desk, which is a standing desk, and I have a gaming chair, and then I have my keyboard and stuff and everything. And what I want to do is create a dark room where all of this is very accurately placed. I'm going to attach an image of my real room, make sure it's 100% on parity. Now I know that the details are not going to be 100% true, but I wanted to go ahead and make sure that the clarity is very good and it is extremely detailed. The plan here is to embed this into my website where we can actually play as a first person character and where I will be sitting on the desk and you could approach me and you could ask me some questions. We can define the predefined questions and answers later on, but I wanted to just go ahead and first build it out. So I'm just gonna paste a photo here. Okay. So it has went ahead and done that. I'm just gonna try to copy the photo. Sometimes it is very unreliable. All right. So I have attached the image, and if you're curious how it looks like, this is how it looks like. Hopefully, I can just make it a little bit smaller so you can see. This is a dark room, and this is my monitor and stuff. But I want to make sure that this is just as detailed. So I'm just going to go ahead and send it. I'm going to try to use Soul High here. I'm not really worried about hitting my usage limits. As you can see, I'm already using like fast mode. I probably should not be using that, but OpenAI has removed our 5-hour limit. So I'm willing to take risks here and I have a bunch of resets. So let's see what it comes up with. I'm very excited about this one. So okay, it says I'm using computer use skill because this task require operating Blender app that you have already open. I'll inspect the room photo and the current Blender scene and create detailed web-friendly first pass with accurate placement and dark set. All right, and it has just viewed the image. Okay, now you can see it has already started using Blender. Now it has connected to Blender and hopefully it starts making some changes. I'm not sure if it's gonna make the changes as fast as I saw in the video. I don't know if I still have that video though. If I do find it, I'll be just gonna leave that in the description or I will just overlay it here. If I don't find it, I'm really sorry for that, but it is supposed to be very, very fast. Okay, so it has created a Python file, which I have no idea what it does. Is it just directly gonna interact with Blender? Not really sure, but okay, it's doing it through the Blender console, which is fine with me. Not really that big of a deal. I'm just fine. As long as it does a good job. That's the only condition here. Let's see what it does. I really like the new computer use capabilities in Codex. Like I have noticed like ever since the new Codex app has launched, computer use has been a very fast thing, right? Previously it used to take a bit. Now it's fast enough. Now it's fast enough so much that I can trust it for real work on my laptop. Of course, I'm not gonna give it sensitive tasks, but like tasks like these where like I would rather not use Blender, I would rather ask Codex to use that. Or previously something in my job required me to install Android emulator and I didn't want to go through all of that hustle and I had to install an APK to test it out. So I just threw that APK to Codex. I just said that install the Android emulator and do this everything and it just went ahead and did it for me, which is kind of amazing. Okay, let's see what's happening here. We have an error. I'm just gonna wait till Codex figures it out. Oh, hold on. What? Okay, hold on. This is. I think it messed up the chair. Chair should not be on both sides, but we can fix it. But oh my god, the first iteration is not bad. I don't like how it messed up the keyboard like this. Okay, I'm gonna list out some issues here now. First of all, I think the chair is a bit fake. It looks like it has ability to sit on both sides, which is really not appreciated. I think you did not review the render before even calling it a day. Other than that, the keyboard has very uneven buttons. There are only a few buttons on the right side and a lot of buttons on the left side. Other than that, I don't feel like the whiteboard is something which is properly visible, and the softbox is supposed to be circular, and it should be a little bit more visual, so like not that bright, if you understand me. But the lighting is perfect though. I like the lighting. But now you need to just go ahead and fix all of these stuff, fix all the rough edges. Just make sure that you preview the image, and if something feels wrong, and just fix it, keep fixing it until it's right. And you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a goal. I'm just gonna do goal, describe your goal. I'm just gonna paste this here. I'm just gonna send it out. Now, people keep saying that I probably don't need a goal when I'm using 5.6. The thing is that with 5.6, at least with high, I haven't tried XI or Ultra. Like come on, I don't need to try that. It's way too token hoggy. But like at least on this reasoning level, it likes to stop a lot. So which is fine, because like the reasoning level is low, so it will stop eventually. So I will have to keep nudging it to move forward, and that's where goals come in. I don't see a massive improvement from high to XI or even max. I like to just stick with high all the time. So yeah, now let's see what happens. I'm just gonna pause the video now. Okay, I had to stop it, but like if you look at this is actually pretty solid. So if you look at it, I don't like how it made the monitor, and it forgot to add like the stripes to the whatever it's called, softbox. But either way, I think it fixed the keyboard, which is really amazing. And yeah, the only thing I don't like here is the monitor. The monitor feels like it's been cut, which is kind of crazy, but it has fixed the chair. It has also added a little me, which I can update later on. I don't wanna like work on my own Blender model right now, but I'm just gonna update that later on. I'm just gonna also quit this, and I'm gonna show you here. So I finally figured out how to go back to the 3D thing. So if you go here, go to 3D viewport, you'll see that there's this room, which is kind of very cool. I like this. I like this. This is amazing. Like just look at this. Like how cool is this? None of this is made. Okay, the keyboard is flying in the air, but like apart from this, none of this is made by me. This is completely AI. This is amazing. Like how cool would it be that I would have a button on my portfolio saying meet me, and I'll just have myself sitting here, and they can just be in first person. They can approach me and ask me questions. It would be really amazing, right? How about I just create some games like this? Like, damn. Okay, but I'm not gonna be over optimistic right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and mention that I think that this is fine for the start. I'm just gonna get the monitor fixed first, and make sure that the like the softbox is not colliding with the monitor, and then we can move on. I also deleted the goal because it was getting a little bit out of hand, and it tried to make sure that the whiteboard position was correct, which wasn't really the priority here. But I'm gonna say I think the previous version was fine. We don't have to focus on the image anyways. We have to focus on the 3D model, so that on my portfolio, what happens is that people can actually be in first person and can approach me and ask me questions. So the final render image does not even matter. So we can revert back and make sure that the monitor is also fixed up. The monitor feels like it's been cut into pieces, which is kind of weird. Just go ahead and fix that, and make sure that the softbox is not colliding with the monitor, and it's actually attached to the stand and not flying in the air. And yeah, just export everything, and then I'll instruct you how to integrate it in the portfolio. Yeah. By the way, if you aren't already using a dictation software, you probably should. I'm not even sponsored by anyone, but like it has leveled up. So you just see, like for typing this entire thing, I would have taken like 2 minutes, like straight up, like because I'm slow at typing. I'm just gonna admit that I'm not that fast at typing. But if I'm just speaking, and I'm doing two things while I'm speaking, I'm increasing my communication skills, and I'm actually becoming a little bit faster at prompting, which is always appreciated. All right, I'm gonna give it some more time, and yeah, I'm gonna be back. It's actually still going, but I want to point out that it actually made it proper this time. Like the monitor is one entire ultra wide monitor. The mic position is not something which I like, but if you just go ahead and look into the Blender, I feel like there's one more issue, is that the whiteboard is flying in the air, but I don't care. Nobody's going into that section. I just wanna try this out. I don't wanna like perfect all the details right away and then understand it doesn't even work for web. So that's why I actually wanna go ahead and verify that it actually works. So I'm gonna go ahead and just integrate this. I mean, I'm not gonna do this. Codex is gonna do it for me. But just look at this. This is so cool. Like, come on. Like, how can you not like this? A miniature room. Like, I can literally create mazes like this, like some maze games on my website. It's gonna be really cool. But yeah, let's see what it's doing. It's still verifying it. Maybe it's gonna make a little bit more changes, but I'm probably gonna just skip those because like now these changes are just gonna be minor, and now we are just gonna jump to trying to make it add to the website and trying to make sure that it is actually a game and not some random 3D model placement on my website. So yeah, let's see. Okay, it has done. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it, hey, now can you just go ahead and add it into my website? I don't know how to do this. You have to do it yourself. The idea is that in the hero section, you can have a button, meet with me or something like that. And once the button is clicked, we are transitioning into a full screen playing experience where the user is actually a first person character and he can move freely into my room and he can approach me and be greeted with a random MCQ style question, right? For now, just have some random placeholder question. We can edit it later on, but like once the person clicks a question, I'm gonna give an answer to them. And yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Later on, we can integrate AI and stuff, but for now, we can just have MCQ questions. Let's go ahead and make sure that the same quality is used for the website and we are not compromising on quality on that front. And you can just go ahead and verify everything works and only then let me know. I'm actually very interested for this. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but if it does work, I'm going to build a lot of cool stuff with this. Okay, now it's using the sites building skill, which is kind of weird because we are not using ChatGPT sites. But the thing is that GPT models tend to call skills even though it's just not. Okay, no, this is going wrong direction. I'm going to stop it. We are not going to use ChatGPT sites. So do not use sites building skill, please. Only do what I asked you to do. So I don't think you are going to need any skills for this. So just go ahead and build it out. It's not your problem to figure out hosting. It's my problem. So just build the thing out and check if it works or not. You can run the dev server if you want to in the background. All right, let's see. I was monitoring the progress all along and it went on and on and on. It went for a very long time. It went for 22 minutes to implement this into my website. I thought it wouldn't do a good implementation and it didn't. First of all, it messed up some kind of lightings and stuff. And I'm not showing you right now is because I want to build up that climax, but it went for a very, very long time. It actually went ahead and verified it on its own. You can even see the glimpse of it. But actually, I'll show you how that weird monitor looked. So you can see that it was that bright. But now let's go ahead and look at the website. So this is the Blender and we go to website. If I reload this just to make sure. Now we have meet me in my room, which does not sound good at all, but it should have been Office. Codex, please. All right. So if I just click on meet me in my room, step inside my setup, we have these controls, enter the room. Damn, I'm amazed. This is amazing. Okay, the rest of the room is absolutely dark, but that's intended. I think it didn't implement the blue lights which I have behind the monitor, but it's fine. What should we talk about first? Let's talk about DevRel first. I enjoy turning complicated products, whatever. But yeah, there is potential to turn this into some AI stuff, or if I'm working, I could just sit here and people can just come and approach me. It would be very fun. This is how I'm getting ideas. Like, come on, like I'm getting ideas from a random Blender project, but there are some issues here. So if I am standing behind the monitor, I can just pass through, or I can even pass through Atharva like this. The only thing I cannot pass through is walls. So I'm bound there, but like at least, I think these are fixable, but I don't think these are worth fixing for the video itself, but whatever. And for some reason the exit button doesn't work, so I just have to do like this, talk, and I just go to return to portfolio and it comes back like this. Sorry for the jump scare. I'm just actually gonna go and turn this to talk. It doesn't change anything here though. Yeah, it's amazing. The keyboard is extremely big. That's the problem here, but I'm willing to let it go. But just look at this. This is so amazing. Like, I think you should do something for your own portfolio as well. Just click a photo of your, hold on, let me just get rid of this first. Yeah, just go ahead and just go ahead, click a photo of your setup and give it to Codex. Say that, hey, I want to make a Blender scene out of it. Here is computer use, here's Blender, all of it is open. It will use a ton of RAM, though that's a different problem. But That's perk of having 48 GB RAM. I'm just flexing here, but just ask it to make that scene, and it would make a really amazing scene. Now, in first go, it was probably not gonna make an amazing scene. You have to babysit it and make sure that it follows your standards. Currently, it does not follow my standards. I'm gonna tune it very hardly so that it makes it feel like it's a very detailed animation. And I'm also gonna add my own model there instead of some random placeholder person sitting on my setup. So yeah, I think this is really amazing. I'm gonna ship this. I'm gonna ship this one day. What do you think about using Blender with GPT 5.6 and just putting all of this using 3JS into your website? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. But because damn, this is so cool. I'm like literally interested. I'm amazed. I'm looking at this exactly when I first try it out. So this is my natural reaction to this. Like this is so amazing. Now there might be some limitations on browsers and stuff, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's it for now. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.